Hello, welcome back. The weather's very nice outside. It's like summer again. It's the 16 August. So still have a long month left. I'll get my YouTube money next week, Friday maybe. But that's not so much. That's only like $250. But that's nice to get a little more money. Did not finish reading. I have 7-part videos there. So let's try finish so I can start upload. But that's a lot of information, a lot of numbers. I cannot remember that, of course, but I'm not supposed to do that. I just like to read about it. And I have 200 other aircraft I like to read about. I'm not supposed to read or remember all these many numbers and names and years. But let's read from the top again. That was the operators. I not remember this all variations. Let's just read from there, one on.
Libyan Air Force, initially at least 3 MiG-23ML/UB in service, split among different factions. 4 lost. Only one in service with the new General National Congress, 114, while others, for example serial 453, may have been made airworthy by both factions. 145, North Korean Air Force, 56 MiG-23ML/UBs in service. Sudanese Air Force, 3 MiG-23MS/UBs in service. 4 were refurbished locally in 2016 after nearly 20 years in storage. 1 was lost during testing. 130, 131, Syrian Air Force, 90 MiG-23MS/MF/ML/BN/UB airframes before the Syrian Civil War. Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-23MS Syrian Air Force Camo. Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-23MS Syrian Air Force Camo. Zimbabwe Air Force of Zimbabwe winking sad smiley 146, 3 given by Libya. Former operators. Algerian Air Force. 40 MiG-23 being ordered in 1975, with deliveries starting in 1976. 147, 16 MiG-23MF delivered in 1982. 148, the last aircraft were withdrawn in 2008. 149, Belarus Air Force. Bulgarian Air Force. A total of 90 MiG-23s served the Bulgarian Air Force from 1976 to their withdrawal from service in 2004. The exact count is 33 MiG-23BN, 12 MiG-23MF, 1 MiG-23ML, 8 MiG-23MLA, 21 MiG-23MLD and 15 MiG-23UB. Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-23UB. Cuban Air Force, MiG-23ML/UB in service until 2018. MiG-23BN in service until the beginning of 2000s. MiG-23MF in service until the 90s. Côte d'Ivoire Air Force, 150, Czech Republic Czech Air Force. The MiGs were retired in 1994, BNMF version, and 1998, ML, UB variant. Czechoslovakian Air Force. MiG-23s were transferred to the Czech Republic. East German Air Force, transferred to West German Air Force. The German Air Force gave 2 MiG-23s to the United States Air Force and 1 to a museum in Florida. The others were given away to other states or scrapped. Egyptian Air Force. Used until Egypt turned towards Western governments. 6 MiG-23BN/MS/UBs were sent to China in exchange for military hardware. China used them to reverse engineer the MiG-23 as the Q-6, but since the Chinese could not reverse engineer R-29 and build a reliable turbofan, the only MiG-23 elements that were used ended in J-82. At least 8 were transferred to USA for evaluation. German Air Force. In 1990 the West German Air Force inherited 18 MiG-23BNs, 9 MiG-23MFs, 28 MiG-23MLs, 8 MiG-23UBs from East Germany. Hungarian Air Force Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-23MF. Hungarian Air Force. 16 MiG-23s served and were withdrawn in 1997. The exact count is 12 MiG-23MFs and 4 MiG-23UBs. One of them was purchased in 1990 from the Soviet Air Force. An Indian MiG-23MF on display at a crossroads in Gandhinagar. Indian Air Force. The MiG-23BN ground attack aircraft was phased out on the 6th of March 2009 and the MiG-23M air defense interceptor phased out in 2007. 14 MiG-23UB trainers in service according to World Air Force's 2020 Iran. 12 MiG-23s flown over from Iraq in 1991 in storage. Iraqi Air Force. Used until the fall of Saddam Hussein. 82. Kyrgyzstan MiG-23 on display in Tokmak. Libyan Arab Jamahiriya Libyan Air Force had 130 MiG-23MS/ML/BN/UBs in service, most in storage, prior to the 2011 Libyan civil war. What remains has been passed on to the successor government. Namibian Air Force had 2 MiG-23 aircraft in service. 151. Poland Polish Air Force. A total of 36 MiG-23MF single-seater Sang 6 MiG-23UB trainers were delivered to the Polish Air Force between 1979 and 1982. The last of them were withdrawn in September 1999. During the period 4 planes were lost in accidents. Polish Air Force MiG-23 Romanian Air Force. A total of 46 MiG-23 served from 1979 until 2001 and were withdrawn in 2003. The exact count is 36 MiG-23MF and 10 MiG-23UB. Russian Air Force. Approximately 500, all in reserve. Turkmenistan Military of Turkmenistan. Soviet Union passed on to successor states. Soviet Air Force. Soviet Anti-Air Defense. Soviet Naval Aviation, 152. Sri Lanka Air Force. 1 MiG-23UB trainer used only for training purposes for their MiG-27M fleet, 153. Uganda People's Defense Force Ukrainian Air Force Ukrainian MiG-23 on display at the National Museum of the History of Ukraine in the Second World War. Uzbekistan Military of Uzbekistan evaluation only users. China MiG-23 on display at the Minsk World Theme Park in Shenzhen PRC. MiG-23s were obtained from Egypt, and an attempt to incorporate its variable wing design into their Nanshan Q-6. The program did not go ahead and the Q-6 was not built, but some features from the MiG-23 features were incorporated into the J-82. China currently displays the MiG-23 in several air museums. Israel 1X Syrian MiG-23 flown by a defecting pilot to Israel. 154. United States samples obtained from Egypt and were mostly stationed in Nellis Air Force Base. The U.S. Air Force operated as MAL number of MiG-23s, officially designated YF-113 as both test and evaluation aircraft and in an aggressor role for fighter pilot training, from 1977 through 1988 in a program codenamed Constant Peg. 155. Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. Some ex-Iraqi MiG-23s have been used by Flight Test Center, VOC, in the early 1990s. Civilian operators. United States. According to the FAA in 2009, there were 11 privately owned MiG-23s in the United States. 156. 2 ex-Czech aircraft, N51734 and N5106E, are registered for civilian use in the United States and are based at Newcastle Airport in Wilmington, Delaware. 157. An ex-Bulgarian VVS aircraft, N923UB, is operational and on display at the Cold War Air Museum near Dallas, Texas. 158. Accidents and incidents. N23UB. The MiG-23UB involved in the 13th of August, 2023 crash at Aventure Oshkosh 2 weeks before the accident. 18 July 1980. 3 weeks after the loss of Itavia Flight 870, the wreckage of a Libyan MiG-23 and the remains of its pilot were discovered on the Sila Mountains at Castel Silano, southern Italy, around 300 kilometers, 190 mi, from Flight 870's crash site. 159. The 26th of April, 1984, U.S. Air Force Lieutenant General Robert M. Bond was killed when the MiG-23 he was piloting crashed at the Nevada test site. 160. At the time of the mishap, Lieutenant General Bond was serving as Vice Commander of Air Force Systems Command at Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland, U.S. The 4th of July, 1989, a stray Soviet MiG-23M flew 900 km, 600 mi, with no one at the controls after the pilot ejected shortly after takeoff, eventually crashing into our house in Belgium, killing one person. The 22nd of December, 1992, a Libyan Boeing 727 collided with a Libyan Air Force MiG-23 near Tripoli, causing the death of all 157 people on board the jetliner. The 13th of August, 2023, a MiG-23UB performing at the Thunder over Michigan Air Show in Ypsilanti, Michigan crashed into a parking lot of an apartment complex south of I-94 in Belleville, Michigan on Belleville Lake following ejection of the pilots, causing material damage to vehicles but no injuries or deaths. 161, 162. Aircraft on display. Specifications. MiG-23 MLD. 3-view drawing of MiG-23 MF data from Brass's World Aircraft and Systems Directory, 1996/97, 163. General characteristics. Crew, 1 sat on a Mikoyan-1M ejection seat. Length, 16.7 m, 54 feet 9 in. Wingspan, 13.965 m, 45 feet 10 in, fully spread. 7.779 m, 25.52 feet, fully swept. 4.82 m, 15 feet 10 in. Wing area, 37.35 square meters, 402.0 square feet, fully spread. 34.16 square meters, 367.7 square feet, fully swept airfoil, route, TSAGISR12S, 6.5%, tip, TSAGISR12S, 5.5%, 164. Gross weight, 14,840 kilograms, 32,717 pound. Max takeoff weight, 17,800 kilograms, 39,242 pound. Fuel capacity, 4,260 L, 1,130 US gal, 940